Senate Democrats forcing a debate and vote on voting rights legislation, putting their colleagues on the record about which side of history they'll stand on.
History has never been kind to those who've sided with voter suppression over voters' rights. At consequential moments in history, they present a choice. Do you want to be on the side of Dr. King or George Wallace? Do you want to be on the side of John Lewis or Bull Connor? Do you want to be on the side of Abraham Lincoln or Jefferson Davis? This is the moment to decide.
Strong words from the president last week in Atlanta. Good afternoon and welcome to the second hour of BNC Live. I'm Tishani Whitlow. A week ago today, President Biden challenged his former colleagues in the Senate to do what was required to defend democracy and also protect voters' access to the ballot box. And moments ago, while the Senate convened to start that debate, protesters were arrested by Capitol Police as they sang loudly, trying to reach the ears of lawmakers about the stakes that's involved right now. All right, this is now we go to BNC's Rarione Maniece. She is on Capitol Hill with the latest. Ariana, this effort is expected to fail, correct?
Yeah, that's correct, Tishani. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, he echoed those same words that we heard from President Biden. Now is the time to put senators on record in regards to where they stand on the issue. This is expected to be a showdown with Republicans over voting rights, even members within the Democratic Party in regards to where they stand on the filibuster. Now, what we're seeing today is debate on a measure that was passed in the House last week, which ties together the John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act as well as the Freedom to Vote Act. Now, what's different about today's effort, because we've seen Republicans block voting rights from the Senate floor for debate at least 4 times this congressional session. But Democrats, they were able to force debate on election reform legislation due to a legislative vehicle that was used by the House of Representatives. But Republicans will still be able to use the filibuster to block the final vote on this measure. And we know Democrats, they still lack unanimous support in regards to creating a carve out to overcome that Republican filibuster. Now, to remind you of what's in these 2 landmark voting bills. The John Lewis Voting Rights Advancement Act would restore the Justice Department's oversight of changes to election laws, and the Freedom to Vote Act. It will set federal minimum standards in regards to mail-in voting as well as early voting. Now, Democrats and advocates, they see these bills as monumental to stop Republican efforts from enacting restrictive voting bills that we have seen pass on the state level that make it hard for people, especially black and brown people, to make their way to the ballot box. Now, the earliest that we will see a vote on these voting rights legislations, that's expected to take place tomorrow. Also, we know that Senate Democrats, they have a scheduled caucus meeting where we could potentially see Democrats continue to lobby and huddle their party together to get Senators Manchin and Sinema to move on their stance on the filibuster. Back to you.
All right, Ariana, we know you'll stay watching that. Thank you.